for having our family here. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd be able to speak. Obviously, this brings up many memories, both positive and tragic, and when I thought about it, I realized if my speaking here today could save even just one life, it will be beyond worth it. There are some memories that stick with you forever, and you remember them like they were yesterday. For me, those are the last 3 days of Christopher's life. We didn't know how serious Christopher's condition was until he was transferred to Stanford Hospital, and we were told that it was most likely going to be fatal. We were in total shock. Everything seemed to be moving at a rapid pace and at the same time in slow motion. It was like a bad dream that you can't wake up from. In one instant, everything changed. In one instant, any chance we had been hoping and praying for was squashed by a careless and seemingly avoidable mistake. So there we were at Stanford Hospital being told news that this was irreversible. There was no turning back. Damage was done and it was final. The next day, the doctors told us that Chris was 21 years old, he was an adult, and therefore had to be told how serious his condition was, that it would most likely be fatal. This was difficult to watch because although there were times when he wasn't completely coherent, at this moment he was quite coherent. And I must say, in such a dire circumstance, I was impressed at the delicate and humane manner that the doctors relayed the grave news to him. Christopher, upon hearing that his life almost certainly would end, just took a deep breath and said he understood. He didn't shed a tear, he didn't complain. He just took in this terrible news and went on. He was a strong young man. His dad asked him not to give up, and he said, "I won't." After the doctors left Christopher's bedside, I looked at my son lying there. I told him I wished it was me lying there instead of him, and he said, "No, you don't, Mom." I can't imagine what Chris was thinking in that moment, and I was too afraid to ask. Maybe I didn't want to know. As a mother, you want to help your child and protect them, and I was left hopeless with nothing to do. Although he was suffering in a way that I will never understand, he didn't want us to suffer. He's my child. I'm supposed to protect him, and there he was protecting us. It was a type of strength and bravery that when I think about Chris today, I will always admire. One thing that gave me comfort was 2 weeks prior, Christopher told me that he was not afraid to die, which at the time, dying wasn't even an issue. But the knowledge that he wasn't afraid has given me solace throughout the years. As the next day approached, Christopher was becoming less and less coherent. It was clear that the end was coming and was coming quickly. At one point, my sister was scratching his arm. This is something we used to do for him as a child when he would get antsy and stressed out. It would calm him down. As he lay there dying, he looked up at us and simply said, "You don't have to scratch my arm anymore." As family, friends, co-workers, and teachers came to visit, and he struggled to move his arms and legs, he mustered the strength to greet them and say, "It's all good." As I was saying before, I will always have the memories of those days. Sometimes I cherish them, sometimes the pain they caused me is unbearable. One clear memory that fills my heart is that of Dr. Carlson. The tears in his eyes when he told us he was going to do everything he could to save Christopher was emotional, sincere, and true. I wrap myself up in that warmth of that when the dark memories come through. For that, I will be forever grateful to him. Thank you, Dr. Carlson. I fully believe that you did everything you could, and there really aren't words to measure my full appreciation for that. I am so fortunate to have the love and support of my family and friends, and also the grief support group for parents that have lost children called the Compassionate Friends. Without all the support, I don't think I'd be doing as well as I am today. I want to thank the NCCN and all the people who are promoting this campaign, and we urge any medical provider who handles vincristine to get on board and just bag it. Every center that joins the campaign makes our healthcare system safer and helps us feel that Christopher's memory is making a difference. I want to thank all of you for listening to me share my heart and my stories of Chris. I was nervous to speak about him because of the sadness that accompanies it, but being here with you today and saying these words out loud is very healing. It's been 11 years, and that healing still exists today and every day. And thank you, Christopher, finally, for being here with me today. I love you, my Superman.